All right, top 10 new and improved Major League Baseball power rankings for this week. We're going to start at number 10. It is the Chicago Cubs. The Cubs are down a couple of spots. Look, just not a great week, not a terrible week. They take care of business against a not great Royals team and then split a series with the White Sox. So they're not here because it's like they had a terrible week, but they just came back down to earth a little bit from the really big and the really good stretch that they did go on. And there are some other teams that are deserving of being ahead of them. So Chicago Cubs are number 10.
At number 9, the Blue Jays also down 3 spots.
Blue Jays down a few spots as well. Same sort of deal. They didn't play terrible, but they lose a series to the Phillies and then win a weekend series with the Reds. So just kind of a so-so week for the Blue Jays, who are at number 9. But I do believe in them. I do think they are a good team.
Moving on to number 8, up 1 spot. Ben, you just mentioned them. The Phillies.
Yeah, the Phillies are up a spot. They did lose that game that, we record on Sunday nights, the Monday episode. They just lost. They tried to come back against the Nationals. Did lose the Little League Classic game. But the Phillies just feel like they're starting to become the team. And look, they're 67-57. They are a good baseball team. And it feels like they're getting better. Trey Turner, since the standing ovation from the crowd, Trey Turner is back, hitting .370 since that standing ovation when he was hitting .235 from the crowd. He's back, and that lineup completely changes when he is. So, Phillies are here at number 8, up 1 spot.
At number 7, not ranked last week, the Brewers.
The Brewers got a big bump. They were not ranked. They are 67-56, and they swept one of the best teams in baseball on the road at the Rangers Stadium. And that was a
big deal.
That's a statement.
That's a big deal.
That's a statement series for the team that is now leading the division. Everybody's been talking about the Cubs, but we should talk a lot equally. The Cubs deserve credit. The Brewers deserve a lot of credit and have a good grasp on that division lead. Had a really good road trip, went 6-3 on the road trip, sweeping the Rangers to end it. Credit where credit is due. Huge statement series. Brewers are here at number 7.
At number 6, down 1 spot after a tough weekend series, probably, the Astros.
Tough weekend series against the Mariners. 70-55 on the year. Still in good shape. Could they win the division? Sure. Could they get in a wild card spot? Sure. That seems to be the likely scenario one way or the other. They're going to get into the playoffs, so I'm not worried about them. But it was not a good weekend series against the Mariners, so did bump them down. Still a good team, not a good series. 70-55, still in second place in that division, but being crept up on by the Seattle Mariners.
Which leads us to our top 5. And number 5, the team that had a great weekend, has been having a great week, the Seattle Mariners.
Look, the Mariners are still a half of a game behind the Astros, but power rankings aren't looking at the standings and then putting the top 10 teams up there, because that would defeat the purpose of power rankings. It's who's playing the best right now. It's a combination of the season and the current rate of play. And though the Mariners are a half game behind the Astros, they just swept the Houston Astros in Houston and deserve to be bumped up a lot for the stretch that they have gone on since the All-Star break, really. They've been the best team in the American League, 69-55. Julio's stretch that he is on, they're being carried by their pitching staff and Julio. And that makes them a very, very dangerous team. Shout out to the Mariners. It might be the biggest jump within the top 10 that we've had all year long. Besides maybe biggest jump, yes. Biggest fall. The Rays went from 2 to 9, I think. Yeah.
Biggest rise.
Biggest rise. Mariners
up.
at number 5, up 5.
All right, let's move to number 4, holding strong, Rangers.
Yeah, the Rangers, I kept here at number 4. Been one of the best teams in the American League all year long. Obviously a tough weekend series to a very hot team in the Milwaukee Brewers. But they still lead the AL West, so I didn't feel comfortable jumping the Mariners over them. Still lead the AL West. And we're in for some The AL, look at these 4, 5, and 6 in the power rankings. Astros at 6, Mariners at 5, Rangers at 4. They just can't afford to have. Max did not have a good start on Sunday. Can't have more of that. Max has had 2 polarizing starts the last 2. One was really good, 7 innings, 11 strikeouts. One was really bad. He didn't get through 4 innings. So, but Rangers still here at number 4 because they are 72 and 52.
Number 3, holding strong at number 3, the Dodgers.
Yep, holding strong. They are 76 and 47, continuing to play good baseball. I feel like Alex is ready to say something about this, but they're not moved down. They're playing good. They had a doubleheader sweep of the Marlins over the week. Good week. They stayed at number 3. I will talk about it when this finishes, but we'll move on to number 2 right now. Or do you want to talk about it now? We'll talk about it after. You have something to say.
I do. We'll do it after. Okay, number 2.
Yeah,
Orioles.
We'll do it after because we're going to move on to number 2, where they stay, and they absolutely demolished the Oakland Athletics over. Who do you want the Dodgers to jump? The Oakland A's.
The Dodgers have only had 2 losses this entire month. Your number 2 and your number 1 have each had 6 losses. You're saying this is supposed to be within the week.
Who said that?
You just said when we were talking about Seattle, you said I didn't feel comfortable jumping Texas because they're ahead. But then you said I feel like this power rankings is the best baseball they've been playing, recently over the last couple of weeks.
That's why the Dodgers have jumped up from like number 6 or number 5 to number 3. But the Baltimore Orioles
having an insane month, a better month.
Right. You know who also is? The Kansas City Royals. Should the Royals be in here? Because they've been having a really good month.
They're also in first place in the NL West. They're also a great team.
And the Baltimore Orioles are the number 1 team in the AL East, a really good division. They've been the number 1. They're the number 1 seed in the league. They've been playing really good baseball. They have been all year long. They are 76 and 47, and they are staying put because they had a really good week. This seems fair. The Kansas City Royals, do you want them in? They had a good 2 weeks.
You can't compare the Dodgers and the Royals.
But you're saying
are a great team, and they've had one of the best months in baseball.
Yes.
Only 2 losses.
Alex, there is not a power rankings out there this week. Not Major League Baseball does power rankings, that you will not find a power ranking that has the Los Angeles Dodgers ahead of the Baltimore Orioles at number 2 and my number 1 team in this week again, which is the Atlanta Braves. You will not find a power ranking that does not have the Atlanta Braves at number 1. They're 80 and 43. They've been playing fantastic baseball all year long. They are the clear best team in baseball with the deepest lineup, a good rotation, a really good closer at the back end of the bullpen. The Braves are the best team in baseball.
I wouldn't have put them at number 1. I would have flipped.
You said a few minutes ago that the Los Angeles Dodgers, you said the best team in baseball. And I called you out for it. And you said, well, let's go up and talk about it. The Dodgers are not the best team in baseball, and they're not the second best team in baseball. They're the 3rd best team in baseball. The Braves are the best team, and they again round out this week's power rankings at 80 and 43. I will look, they are very good. And I'm saying
this month.
I could give you the argument.
Yeah.
I could give you the argument of here.
Yeah.
You could not.
There, but this.
Okay. That's fair. That was a different statement than you made down there when you did say the words.
I would not say that they are number 1. I would say they are number 2.
Well, you could see my confusion when you said the Dodgers are the best team in baseball. You could see my confusion.
When I was talking about Mookie as my player of the week, I said one of the best teams in baseball. You did.
We'll listen back. You did. I promise you did.
Yeah.
Deal. Pinky for your pinky's gone.
I said when I was talking about Mookie, I said one of the best teams in baseball.
You didn't say one of. You said,
I did.
You said the best team in baseball. You just said it. If you're listening right now, go back and rewind.
We're talking about 2 different situations in that conversation that we had earlier.
The Braves are the best team in baseball, and they round out this week's top 10. You got the Chicago Cubs, Blue Jays, Phillies, Brewers, Astros, Mariners, Rangers, Dodgers, Orioles, and the Atlanta Braves, again, rounding out the top 10 power rankings.